Good people YouTube, I'm the Watch Idiot, and happy holidays to everyone who's watching, and also happy Boxing Day to those of you in the UK today. I think it said happy Boxing Day, or is it just like Boxing Day? I don't know. Anyway, I've got a little bit of a different video today. It was quite a fun one to make because I literally made a watch, and that's because DIY Watch Club reached out to me because they had watched my PRX mod videos, the one when I take out the second hand and also when I radial brush the case back. And yeah, they figured that I would enjoy putting a watch together, and they were absolutely right because this is totally right up my alley, and I'm sure that this is going to be something that, you know, some of you out there are for sure going to enjoy quite a bit as well. Also, just as a heads up, they did send this to me and I don't have to return it. Also, in the description, you'll find an affiliate link where you can get an extra discount as well, and helps out the channel as well for that matter. But I mean, despite that, I do think that it's pretty obvious why DIY Watch Club is just so cool and unique, because they send you all the parts and tools that you need to build your own watch alongside, you know, super clear and in-depth step-by-step video instructions. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone else does this out here, at least this well integrated at the very least. And also they start at just $250, so yeah, you get a cool experience, and also you get a whole bunch of tools as well for that matter, and also you get a awesome watch at the end. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a win-win-win-win. Oh, and the bezel on my particular version over here is compatible with the SKX, which opens up my options like crazy, especially considering I have two SKXs, the 007 and 013. So yeah, that's awesome. So in this video, I'm gonna go over what they include in my Pro Toolkit, and also, you know, what the experience was like overall when actually building the watch and how easy was it. And also at the end, finally, you know, what is the watch actually like? Because it's all well and good if the experience is really cool, which it was, but in the end, we still do need a good watch in the end for the price that we're paying, and thankfully we do get that as well. So yeah, let's just get into it. I've got the Pro Toolkit, and that's just the upgraded set, and they do have a simpler set, the standard set, so you can get that if you want to save some money. In both sets, they include literally everything that you need to make the watch, you know, including even finger cots and Rodico, which I wasn't expecting. Although I eventually did switch to my own gloves just because the finger cots, at least the ones that I were using, maybe it was the wrong size. It was pretty much completely cutting off circulation to my thumbs. I mean, it was just gone. But yeah, the cool thing about this is that in one go, you get a watch and all of these tools that you can use also for literally anything else afterwards. I mean, I already had most of these tools just by, you know, getting them over the years, but it is really nice to have these higher quality tools and also a really nice box and case and everything like that, just so everything's ready to go. So the actual build process was great. I mean, because they lay out everything so well online. I mean, they have got the written instructions, and also the videos that they made, you know, really explain each step clearly, and also the angles that they show each of the steps in really helps just to make sure that there's no doubt about what you should and shouldn't do, and where you, and all that good stuff. There's no doubt in your mind, pretty much. So the most stressful part for me was undoubtedly the hand setting, and that's just because they're just so tiny and finicky and easy to bend if you're just handling them wrong. But the nice thing is that they do give you two of each, you know, just in case you do mess up, which is actually very, very thoughtful of them to include. So finally, they had a separate video for installing the custom rotor, which I used, and yeah, that really just showed like that they have thought of absolutely everything and every option that people can have on there, you know, depending on the movements and dials and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I really, really liked having this helping hand just go through the entire watch with me, because this was in the end my first ever watch build, and now that I've learned a lot from it, I've been wanting to get like a full custom mod going, and now I can, because I know how to do it now. So that's awesome. And in the end, it did take me about 2 hours at a leisurely pace while recording the footage that was needed. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice activity to do on a, you know, lazy Sunday, rainy afternoon, whatever it may be. So I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting the world from the watch itself, considering that, you know, such a big part of this experience is actually building the watch. But I was absolutely shocked at how good the watch is you know, itself. I mean, because I would legit consider this to be a great watch, you know, period, without any asterisks and without the experience and everything like that. I'm sure you guys already saw how good the dial and indices are in the previous section, but yeah, they did really well over here because the sunburst and the fume effect are very well done. So I chose this particular dial just because, you know, I love gray, but also I wanted to get something that's a little bit more low-key just so I'd be able to wear it more often. Also, the hands are very well finished, and yeah, there are some scratches on it, but that just came from me, you know, trying to trial and error on what the best grip was to pick it up and put it on the actual columns. But the design of the hands suits the watch, and they do have two facets on them, so they play with the light quite nicely. Oh, and the lume is insanely good. I'm 99% sure that it is BGW9 just because it is blue and it's super strong and very long lasting as well. And the cherry is on the top, is that the application is super clean. I mean, there's no unevenness or splotchiness. And on top of that, they lume the bezel as well, which should be far more common, to be honest. And yeah, I mean, all of it is very well done on that end. So yeah, bravo. Now onto the case, and the case shape is really cool. I mean, they could have made something, you know, very simple and uninteresting if they wanted to, but they made it sharp and curvy. And yeah, the sides look especially good, and I've mentioned this time and time again in many of my videos before this, but I absolutely love it when there's a bevel running along the top side of the case, and they put a huge bevel on this, so it's just so good. Oh, on the crown, it's signed, and also it's nice and big and grippy, which I really like. Next up is the bezel, and yeah, this was actually one of the main reasons why I chose this particular watch. So the big thing is that it works on SKXs and vice versa. So if I want to put the steel bezel that I have on my SKX on this one, I can, and if I want to put this bezel on the SKX, which I definitely want to do, I can do that. So yeah, that just opens up a world of options for me. And also if I want to get different bezels to put on this one over here, I can do that as well. It's awesome. But yeah, other than that, the grip is a very nice looking knurled effect, and it is very grippy, you know, in different situations. And the bezel insert is a black brush steel insert, and I love seeing the radial brush in the light. I mean, that's one thing that I really liked from the SPB143, so it's nice to see that over here. And oh yeah, the bezel feel is pretty good. It's 60 clicks in, it's a solid, not a clicky Seiko version. So let's actually listen to it right now. Finally, they give an exhibition case back, as they should, and the case back itself is finished nicely and it feels good on the back of my wrist. And yes, I absolutely love that it has a custom rotor which you can add if you want, and yeah, it just makes the watch that much more personal, you know, beyond the fact that I actually made it, but now it's also got my name on it, which is pretty cool. Oh, and one last thing is that the strap is ridiculously good. I mean, I saw it online, and this was actually the main reason why I chose this particular watch instead of the other divers. I mean, it's super supple, yet it's quite sturdy, and also it isn't a dust magnet at all. I would totally be down to get a 20mm version of this because it is that good, and I'm kind of hoping that they have it because I haven't checked yet, but that would be awesome. So as far as negatives go, I would have loved it if they had a, you know, 40-ish millimeter diver with 20mm lug widths, but that's really just personal preference. And the next would be the mint hand. You know, looks good, but it is quite thin, and it could have been a little bit thicker while still maintaining the proportions and its place within the dial. At that point, it would also make the lume a little bit brighter as well, which is always going to be a good thing. And finally, it would have been really cool if they had made the case compatible with SKX bracelets to add even more compatibility and more value in it. So yeah, thank you so much to DIY Watch Club for reaching out to me and sending me this, because it was a lot of fun putting the watch together and getting a genuinely great watch out of it at the end, and also getting a really cool toolkit as well. So yeah, I would say it really does make for a great gift for someone, or honestly, just buy it for yourself. I mean, if this sort of thing interests you, or if you want to get into modding or whatever it may be, yeah, go for it, because they take you through the entire process so well that it just, you know, you learn a lot from it, and it will really give you the confidence to try other things out on other watches as well. There's an affiliate link down below in the description, so yeah, go check it out if you want to, and then go ahead and hit the like button, especially if you made it this far into the video, and also subscribe if you haven't already, because all this, you know, helps the channel a bunch and it leads to even better videos as time goes by over here. So yeah, until the next video, good day.